Welcome to Anyhoop Pod with your boy JC
And Mike 45.
and we back with another episode talking about the playoff race and the end of the season. So look, man, a couple games been going on. Everybody is playing playoff type basketball right now. It's really going down. And in the tradition of playoff type basketball, championships and all that, we got the Lakers and the Celtics with a good game on March 8th, 2025. You feel me? This year. Boston defeated Lakers 111 to 101 at the Garden. You feel what I'm saying? JT dropped 40 on them. Jaylen Brown had 31. And Al Horford played outstanding defense, dropped 14. Your thoughts on the game, man?
It didn't start off too well. I'm not gonna lie to you. First quarter, they had Luka a little bit in the box. It like it was gonna have to be a Brown type of game for it to be any kind of close. The main target in the beginning was to go at Al Horford on the defensive end, and he pretty much held it down. Going into the fourth quarter, they was up about like 20 points. Then Lakers tried to come back. It's too little, too late, and then they already a little small. So I think the mixing of Jackson Hayes, that physicality of the Celtics was just there for it.
Yep, and then LeBron left the fourth quarter due to a groin injury. He's out 1 to 2 weeks. And that also played a part in them because once Brown went out, everybody was focused on Luka. And, you know, that didn't go well with not having, like, non-shooters on the court.
It was like the finals last year.
Yeah, it really was like the finals last year. All of a sudden, nobody knew how to shoot anymore. JT with the 40, 12, and 8, and Jaylen Brown with the 31. How you feel about the duo, man? You think they can erase Celtics, like legends like Larry Bird and like Paul Pierce and KG? You think they can make
I think
be the standard for the Celtics team?
I don't think they could beat the standard, but I think what they did do is they made the Celtics fans like forget about '08. As far as like any championship team in any sport, the fans is always going to remember the last one.
Facts.
So until you get the next ring after that, we're going to compare you to that team. No matter what team you are, even if you're a losing team, they're going to be like, oh, I remember the '08 Celtics.
Facts.
Yeah, that's how it happens in Philadelphia. Phillies haven't won since '08. Oh, not like the '08 people. So the only people that don't talk about the '08 Phillies is the people that wasn't even alive for that because they don't experience that. So I think they gave themselves their own legacy to go off of so that people, they don't just be like, oh, remember Jaylen Brown, remember JT, I remember that era. It's more of a like, oh yeah, let's go back to the 2024 championship. So they got that. It's just right now what they're trying to erase and catch up with is just the expectations that people had for him since around like 2018.
Facts, yeah.
When they got they took Brown to 7. It was like, all right, what now? They erased that. They showed they can not only remain contenders but actually get you one. So I think that's what they're doing right now, trying to make up for the lost time.
Yeah, man, they snapping. They looking like the favorites, definitely in the East. You feel what I'm saying? Even though you know who I got as favorites in the East, you feel what I'm saying? That they're not on this pod today. We're not talking about them today. You just know who they are. You feel what I'm saying? Brown with the groin injury. How you think this is going to affect the Lakers moving forward in this 1 or 2 weeks? Are they going to fall in the standings? They fighting with Denver. Denver just moved up to the standings yesterday because they won yesterday and the Lakers lost yesterday.
Yeah,
so now they lost twice in a row. Yeah. The Nuggets lost, so that was cool. I knew they was going to lose, but I thought OKC was going to take care of business, but we'll talk about that right after this. But with the groin injury to Bron, them coming out 1 or 2 weeks, Luka on his own, do you feel like they're going to drop in the standings under Memphis, under the Rock? Like, you think they're going to start tanking, or you think they can maintain their third spot?
I think they might lose a little bit, but I think they're going to maintain either third or fourth. I was looking at the schedule. They do got to play the Nuggets. They do got to play the Suns, but I think you still just gotta respect the star power over there, like just as far as like that versus Luka being by himself. Man, it's like any given game.
I ain't gonna respect it.
That's no more Devin Booker MVP.
Nope.
You know,
I told y'all that episodes ago. I was wrong.
Yeah, I think Luka's gonna be able to keep him afloat. I think it's gonna be big for Luka too, because he still doesn't. He's not gonna be 100% comfortable in a Lakers jersey until next season. Honestly, you're gonna have to have that off season, being a part of the culture. But he still feels like he's like finding his place. So I feel like with Bron out, it gives him a little second to just like shoot his shots and everything, and work his way around other people. One thing about Bron, as the best player on the court, it's hard to work around him. But it seems like as the second best player on the court, you could pretty much have anything around him. So he can fit in certain places being the second best player on the court. So I think he'll be able to just kind of like fit in easily after Luka has his 2 weeks to like be on the team by himself.
I think they're probably going to lose a couple games though. They're definitely going to lose against the Bucks. They're definitely going to lose against the Nuggets. They could beat the Suns. They could beat the Spurs. Then they got to play the Nuggets again. They got to play the Bucks again.
They're going to split the Nuggets and the Bucks games.
Think so?
Huh?
I hope so. I like the Bucks right now. The Bucks on a little heater right now. Giannis is playing out this world right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I got looking for it, man. Giannis has been hooping though. Shout out to Giannis.
I mean, the Vegas got Luka doing it too. They 63% favorites. You know what I'm saying? But
Over the Bucks?
Over the Bucks, yeah. Over the Bucks, yeah.
Somebody out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's for next week. That's just the projection for next week.
Oh, yeah, nobody's out right now. So.
Nobody out, yeah. So I don't know. You know, they always know something we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, they always know something we
They
don't
know about Luka.
They know about Luka. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that they'd catch Denver, but with the injury, I'm just now hoping that they maintain this third spot. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I don't want them to see Golden State. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little nervous about that Golden State matchup.
Me too. I think Golden State can move up too, though.
Yeah, that's true, though. That's true. You're definitely right. But they are 3 games behind the Houston. So Houston going to have to take a little slide.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it don't look like they about to take a slide. They got a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So,
yeah, it looks like it's the 6 spot. Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers got to move up.
Figure it out.
Yeah, Lakers got to move up. They can move up, though, with Brian come back with enough time for them to move up. As long as Lucas keep it afloat.
Yeah.
And Brian come back.
Just don't drop below 500, like, without Brown. Like, I think without Brown, you got to at least be 500.
They ain't going to drop below 500. That'd be crazy.
No, not record-wise. Like, your record without Brown has to be...
I feel what you're saying, yeah.
At least 500.
500, yeah, no, I feel you.
Because that keeps you where you at as far as, like, games.
All right, moving on to the top of the conference, of the Western Conference. We have Jokić. Let's start with the game prior to the doubleheader that he had with OKC. But we had Jokić with a historic night. My man dropped 31 points, 21 boards, and 22 assists. The first 30-20-20 game by a center ever. You feel what I'm saying? By anybody ever. After defeating the Suns in a game that went into OT. You feel what I'm saying? Wilt didn't even do it. So, what stood out to you in this performance?
He's a stat stuffer. he be patting them stats. No, I don't know. One thing that stood out to me is honestly the Suns is not ready. There's nothing that I already knew Jokić could do all of this in the first place, and that's just what happens when you build. We could build around someone 7 feet tall that can pass the rock. Well, that's what we're learning right now. But I kind of expect this from Jokić. It's just not the 30, 20, and 20, but it's just like, it was one of those things where it's like, I'm not surprised. But it was like, damn, as a basketball fan. Kind of like when Luka had his 60, 20, and 10 game. It's like, you're not surprised, but it's like, wow.
That's still a lot, yeah. For me, personally, y'all, if y'all watched the game, he wasn't in the paint. He wasn't posting up like usual. Like, there's a lot of times in the game where he was playing on the perimeter, and he played a lot on the perimeter, maybe like at least half the game on the perimeter as a wing player, as like a guard player. And I feel like that's something I haven't really seen him do a lot. And ever since he played the Lakers, they've been dealing with this type of defense where teams blitz them, teams pack the paint, they triple team Jokić, and they just make it real difficult for him to operate in that free throw line area and below. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's a monster in that free throw line area and below right there. And people are trying to make it difficult for him to operate in that area. Well, he said, listen, I can hoop outside the paint too. Put me on the perimeter. I can hoop out here too. He was hitting threes. He was making great passes, great reads. He was playing like a guard, y'all, and that's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So not only that, the assists come in because his team was really hitting threes at that point. You had Aaron Gordon really hitting threes, even though he's out right now. And that was led to them splitting that pair with OKC. But he was hitting his threes. And a lot of teams in the playoffs are going to concede that three to Aaron Gordon. And the fact that Aaron Gordon hitting those threes, and you see 20 assists, and you see them winning the game like how they won the game, it's going to be a key in the playoffs. So y'all going to have to watch out for that. We told y'all that last year, too. The main key to a lot of Nugget series is going to always be Aaron Gordon, because that's the guy that they start that out of everybody on the team, you want to leave him open. You feel what I'm saying? You feel more comfortable leaving him open than the other guys on the team.
Yeah, he's not good at what they specialize in.
And what they specialize in, exactly. So with him now hitting his threes at a more frequent rate and bringing up his 3-point percentage, listen, man, watch out. They around. They're not as strong as they've been in previous years, but I feel like they around. You feel me? They around. You gotta worry about them. They in the number 2 spot for a reason right now. And Jokic is really playing he said he playing the best basketball he played his whole life.
Yeah.
So it looked like it. You feel what I'm saying? And let's get to Shea. You feel what I'm saying? Let's just get to the Shea. So Shea,
Player of the week,
had a 40-point game against the Nuggets, and also over his last 3 games had 51, 41, and 40. So even though he's not hitting a lot of threes, my man's still putting up buckets and still getting buckets right now. And now we're having a real conversation about this MVP battle right now and about who you think the MVP is right now. Who you think is the MVP between the two? I mean, because it's really on these two. Shout out Giannis, but you're not up there with these guys.
I think it's Shea, but I think it's closer than what we're calling it. But I give it to Shea this year though. Consistently keeping his team up there in those standings, because Nuggets, they bounced around a little bit more.
Thanks.
And I feel like as far as like just stat sheet alone for what they can provide, I expect a center to get a lot of rebounds. Unfortunately, a point guard can't do all of that. But for what they're able to provide, my tiebreaker would basically be the consistency as far as the winning. I feel like providing for their respective roles, they are elite at both. So right now I'm gonna give it. And then if you want to give it to like battles, yeah, he had the 30-20-20 night, but it's not like he's not answering with what's that 45 points per game within the past 4 games.
Yeah. James Harden.
And these are like 40-point games. One of the 40-point games, he shot like 1 for 10 from the 3-point line.
Mid-range assassin. You hear me? You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Any young kids that's watching the pod right now, you a hooper, you feel what I'm saying? You like in middle school, maybe you in high school, maybe you even in college, you feel what I'm saying? I know we all want to be Steph Curry, you feel what I'm saying? I know the 3-point is sexy, you feel what I'm saying? But listen, get in the paint, stop and pop. This is how he get 40. This is how he get 50. You feel what I'm saying? This is him. This is how he get in the bucket.
And then it definitely opens it up for him, because like if you're just a 3-point guy or a drop to the basket guy, like for instance, Tatum is known for selling. He doesn't, in my opinion, he doesn't shoot enough mid ranges. So a lot of games you'll see him either go for the 3 or he's driving. You're just basically one dimensional, because if you're not doing this, you're doing that. When you're in the mid range and you got a really good step back, I gotta be careful with that. I gotta be careful what you get in the paint. And we know he's really good at drawing fouls. So the mid range basically bring the whole game together. It's not just the 2 points at a time. It's also the potential to get 3 on the step back, or the potential to get to the free throw line on the drive, because you got the defense on their heels. They don't know where to go.
You could be getting threes the old-fashioned way. And he takes what the defense is giving him.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So, like, instead of the scouting report reading that, all right, we're going to make him go left, and you trying to force your way to the right side of the court, how about I'm dangerous on the left side of the court and the right side of the court? You feel what I'm saying? I'm dangerous from a 3 mid-range. I can lay the ball up. I can post you up. You feel what I'm saying? This is what we mean by multiple level scorer. It's more than just 3 layer scorers. You feel what I'm saying? There's multiple layers of scoring. And I feel like SGA has multiple layers of scorer with him. And I feel like that's not looked at as much in today's game, because everybody's either a D and 3 type of player, or you're a slasher and you can dunk the ball real well. And I feel like the mid-range, because of analytics and everything, they're trying to play it out the game. But listen, the hoopers and the people who actually put up buckets, you feel me? They know about the mid-range. Look at Kobe. Look at Bron with his fadeaway in the post. Like, come on, bro. Look at Melo. You mean he can score in the phone booth? Come on, bro.
Now, I will say this about the whole mid-range thing. I do think it's a thing in today's game where it's better if one of your best players is shooting the mid-range, or someone that can actually get off the dribble and shooting the mid-range. Whereas as opposed to back in the day, the whole goal was they would have like a big man 2 or 3 steps outside the 3-point line, shooting like about 29% from the mid-range. Where if he just takes 2-3 steps back and shoots a 3-pointer, which is 25%, he might as well be shooting that, or he might as well just not be shooting them at all. So it's like, I don't think everybody should be throwing up that mid-range, but if you got a big that can pick and pop, hit a consistent mid-range, or if one of your best players is able to get open to the mid-range, I think that's really big.
Just go hoop, man. Yeah, just go hoop, man.
That's too much for people.
Hoop,
some people, that's the Sixers.
Just go out there and hoop, man. Yeah, PG could be hitting more mid-range too, if you ask me.
Hit more everything.
More everything. But my case for SGA as MVP is just this one simple thing. He in the same exact role as he was last year, and he's producing more. He's having a better season. Jokić, like my man said, I feel like this always has been Jokić. But the fact that people are playing lesser roles on the team now, Jamal Murray hasn't looked as well as he looked prior to his injury. You feel what I'm saying? There's no KCP. There's not too many shooters on the team. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, with that being said, they're relying a lot more on Jokic, which requires him to do maybe more. Or, like, I feel like it just looked like he's doing more. You feel what I'm saying? Or, like, his stats,
double.
His stats is going up. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's responsible for more things. But I feel like SGA somehow, some way doing better in the same role and carrying his team to the number one. He's up how many games? They have like 10 games, 12 games above everybody else for the second spot. His defense, bro, you can make a case that he all defense this year. You feel what I'm saying? First or second team. You feel what I'm saying? My man leading all guards and blocks right now. So, like, I think he just has a real complete game. In the same role, he's just gotten better. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say Jokic gotten better. I just feel like he's doing more. So it's looked like he got better. You feel what I'm saying? But this always been Jokic. And I feel like SGA has actually improved and gotten better. And I don't know. That's probably my case for it. You feel what I'm saying?
It was without Chet for a good, 8 weeks?
Yeah, exactly. A good 2-3 months. So, and they still stayed exactly where they at. They didn't drop in the standings. There was no switching for a couple days and none of that, bro. They've been firmly in front of the whole entire league. Besides Cleveland, they've been back and forth with Cleveland for best in the league. There's nobody really seeing them in their conference. Yeah. So I don't even know.
This reminds me a lot of the old school MVP. It might be the first in a minute we had.
Yeah,
for real. The whole his first seed, best player on the best team, but still performance wise top 5 player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to be on the first NBA team this year.
Yep. So he dropped that 40 against the Nuggets. That's another thing too. I feel like he went and got that dub against the Nuggets, and he dropped 40 on the opposing MVP. That's something that we've seen with Embiid and Jokic the other years. It's like sometimes when they go up head to head, the MVP candidates go up head to head. Jokic don't always figure out too well against those ones. But in game 2, he definitely got his lick back. Dropped 35, 18, and 8 assists. Jamal Murray came out. You feel me? He came out the party. He had 34, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. I can hoop too. You feel what I'm saying? And they got that dub. And this is what I felt like was good about that game, was that I feel like they shrunk the paint and they forced SGA to not shoot mid-range jumpers. And they forced him to shoot more threes or to slash and really just take the ball out of his hand. There was times that Denver went into a zone, a 2-3 zone, to just clog up the paint a little bit more and to crash in on SGA. Because I feel like SGA, he liked to score the rock. He's not like a passing guard. You feel what I'm saying? He could pass the ball, but he's not like a passing guard. So there is some reads that he misses. And so he'll force the shot opposed to passing the ball to somebody that's open or open for a couple seconds, where you see somebody like Luka, Bron, Trae Young, they'll pass that person either open or they you open for a couple seconds, even Jokic. You open for a couple seconds, boom, we'll get it right to you. He's going to look you off and he's going to shoot, you know what I mean? He's going to shoot on 2 people. He's going to make it, but he's going to shoot on 2 people. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they forced him to do that more than they did last game. And that was led them to the win. When you got Lou Dort scoring 26 points and he leading the team in scoring, you feel what I'm saying? That's, that should tell you what Denver was out there doing. SGA only had 25 points. He got more 40 points games than he got 25 and under point games. So, they did their thing on the defensive end. Yeah. Yeah, he a bucket, bro. He a bucket. He really did his thing. Man, any thoughts on they duel, they pair duel? You think this be a Western Conference?
It could be a future Western Conference matchup. Only thing I would say about that MVP battle thing is I think it's a little bit better when they're same position.
For sure.
It's a little bit harder compared to 2, but I do think it's something to look at. But I know one player that don't like those MVP battles is Chris Paul, because that was the year Kobe beat him in the MVP race. He was like, I don't like looking at the doing the MVP battles for games against each other.
It was funny. So that's just my case. That's our case for SGA being MVP. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jokic is having a historic season, I'm not mad at anybody who think Jokic is MVP.
And then I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was gonna let it rock. I was gonna take it to the next pod. But I don't like the fact that y'all got tired of my man Bron getting rings. I'm tired of Jokic getting the MVPs. I'm tired of Jokic. Now I'm having voter fatigue. Give it to my man SGA. He's been playing at an MVP level for the past 2-3 years. He's been getting overlooked by these guys that come a little bit before him. Give it to my man SGA. I think the MVP has become an award. It went from being best player in the league to this is what our league is now. I think that's what the MVP reward is. It's kind of like showing what the future of the league is. You seen Russell Westbrook just got it 2017, and in the future, more stat patterns were getting MVPs. Not necessarily stat patterns, but the guys that can fill up the stat sheet. That's what kind of league we're in right now. We got guys getting 30, 20, and 20. So I think that's the MVP award it's turned into.
So that leads us to our coach's challenge. And my man went right into it. We didn't even have to go into the challenge for real. But I'm going to pose the question. You feel me? Just think about his answer to this question. You can elaborate more. Gil Bertarinas says you cannot win 3 straight MVPs in a row because of Larry Bird, and they're protecting the Larry Bird legacy. Anybody who's ever gotten close to winning 3 MVPs in a row, somehow, some way, doesn't get their 3rd MVP in a row, even though they're playing the same level or better than their 2 MVP seasons. But for some reason, they'll find a way to give it to another person for some reason. You feel what I'm saying? So nobody, like Bron could have had it twice, 3 straight MVPs, but D Rose and KD broke up his 3 straight streak. You feel what I'm saying? Jokić was gonna get 3 straight, and B broke up his Jones, right?
Yeah.
And B broke up his Jones, and then then we got this joint right here, right? We got this race right here, right?
Yeah.
Nobody got 2 straight yet, right?
No, not right now.
Straight. Yeah, so like it's just broken up. There's a couple people who could have gotten 3 straight. Kobe could have got. This would be Jokic's 2nd straight. If Jokić won it. 2nd straight joint. All right, yeah, boom. So if he win it this year, he won't win it next year.
Basically,
because he's not trying to get it. You think they you challenging that, or you think that's true?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't challenging that one.
I think that's facts.
Right.
Yeah, no way. I think that's facts, and I think it's just like you said. There's a reason. I feel like there's a reason that the criteria changes all of a sudden, or it's a loose criteria because it's like you can always think of a reason not to give a guy an MVP and to give it to somebody else. We often like to say that the MVP race is a narrative-based race. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's like, if you have a better story than somebody else, you can get the MVP no matter really what the stats is. Or if y'all stats close, the story and the whole story behind what you're doing this season can edge you out to get the MVP race. I mean, we kind of seen it with the Jokić and B thing, where we had Perk come out and say pretty much, y'all not choosing it based off basketball. Y'all choosing it based off other factors. You feel what I'm saying? And me personally, I feel like that wouldn't be the MVP. I feel like people were scared.
Yeah, everything
of that
switched
narrative.
up.
Yeah, everything switched up, and all of a sudden MVP was talked about. It was. I
watched it live happen like this. It just switched.
Like real time, it switched, and everybody's like, "Well, I think Embiid is MVP." Yeah, because I think he does. I think he did do enough to finally get MVP.
That was the best they talked about Embiid all year.
All his whole career.
Then they changed the rules back. Now you got to play 60-something games.
You feel me? So it's always a reason to not give somebody their 3rd straight MVP. You feel what I'm saying? So like Bron, in my opinion, I thought Bron should have gotten those 3 for one of them. You feel me? One of his streaks. But, D Rose took Chicago and brought Chicago back from the dark ages. You feel what I'm saying? It was a better story. Let's give D Rose the MVP. You feel what I'm saying? KD, you feel me? He was crying, talking about mama. This one for you. You the real MVP.
You got a new OKC team.
You mean?
Well, the expansion, not expansion team.
This is the year he went to the finals. I think that's the year they went to the finals. Yeah. So he was having a good year.
No, that was years after the finals because that's when he did the speech. He said, "Yeah, I've been second all my life."
Oh yeah.
I've been second in the finals.
You're right. But they gave it. Brian all of a sudden about to get his 3rd job. Let's give it to KD. He also pretty good. He's a pretty good player. Let's give it to him. You can't say he don't deserve it. We gonna say he don't deserve it.
But if we are saying that, if you are really protecting Larry Bird legacy like that. The young boys don't really know what Larry Bird is.
No, but that's why I feel like
they're trying to keep him
around. Because, if you don't protect Larry Bird on the front of him being a top 10, top 20 player all time, you feel what I'm saying? I guess he's still top 20. But I feel like as the years go on, Bird goes. Yeah. I don't know if people be saying him top 10 anymore.
I haven't asked anybody's top 10 in a minute.
Well, he definitely in my top 10, but I haven't heard it. I don't hear him brought up in none of the GOAT conversations a lot. And they'll definitely say Magic, but they won't say him. And
he's not better than Magic.
I feel he's definitely not better than Magic, but I don't think Jordan's better than Magic, though. You feel me? Don't tell nobody I said that. You feel what I'm saying?
Maybe future content.
Future content, yeah. Y'all gonna hear my opinion on that. You feel what I'm saying? But Magic one of them boys. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I don't think he's better than Magic. But as far as that, Magic one of them boys, he like the GOAT point guard. Mm-hmm. So Magic don't go nowhere because you still gotta get past what Magic Johnson did to be considered the GOAT point guard. Even though we got Steph Curry up there, probably end up being the GOAT point guard. But as far as Larry ain't really got nothing because Larry's a small forward. We already know who the best small forward of all time is. That's not even a question. So like,
LeBron James.
If you're gonna look up who the last person who got 3 straight MVPs though,
Larry Bird.
It's gonna be Larry Bird.
I do, as far as the MVP situation and it being an all narrative, I do want to say if Jokić was the first person to average a triple-double for a season, which he's doing right now, he would be the MVP this year.
Well, they're going to say because it never been done by a center. But it's been done already. So I don't, like, for you to give that joint out as a reason.
I don't think they're going to give it out as a reason this year. I'm saying that would have been a reason if Russ never hit the triple-double mark.
Oh, I feel what you're saying. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah. But I think they're going to give it to him because he's going to be the first center to ever do it.
So you think they're going to? Yeah. Usually they bubbled up the narrative now, but, or soon. They'll probably pick it up soon.
It's going to come up soon.
Because the Russ joint didn't start like that, but then, like, January, they're like, yo, he getting triple-doubles.
Everybody's like, if he do it, then, then he's the MVP.
But if he get 9.9, then no.
It's not. And I'm like, what? That don't make no sense. But whatever. Next, coach's challenge. LeBron James presses Stephen A. Smith at the game for talking down on Bronny. So Stephen A. a couple months ago pretty much came out and said that LeBron put Bronny in an awkward position because we know who Bron is. We know he's one of the greatest players of all time. And now his son has to come in here and kind of live up to that legend. And he starts going in about how Bronny isn't ready for the NBA, this, that, and the third. He needs to be in the G League. He rooted for Bronny, but Bronny's not an NBA player, and this, that, and the third. Which also contributed to other narratives. Let's say that. So Bron ran up on him, pressed him at the next game, you feel what I'm saying? During the game, like third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, he run up on him. He like, yo.
During the comeback.
Keep my son name out your mouth. All 3 of y'all. Like, I ain't playing with all 3 of y'all out here. You feel what I'm saying? He hit the Birdman. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people got a lot of stuff to say about that. How you feel about that? You challenging Brian running up on Stephen A. during the game, or you think that was violent? You feel what I'm saying?
No, I ain't challenging that. Because it's not even any hoop podcast. This is any pop podcast at this point. One thing he said like as a father, like that's what he started bringing up. So he was like, he's basically saying like, yeah, as a pop bro, like you gotta make sure your son is in a better situation so he don't look bad out here. And it's a cardinal rule. You don't tell people how to raise their kids. I mean, if somebody definitely not no black people. Now if somebody going crazy, you might have to step in, but you be the judge of that. But when it comes to like someone getting their son into a job position, you come up to them, they proud of their son, you like, yo man, Dave, I don't think you got your son working taxes too early. Miss Margaret, $10 off her taxes. I don't think it's working out right. As a father, that's where you messed up at, and that's where I don't feel like it's a crash out. People saying he didn't have that energy with Jaylen Brown. First of all, you don't know what he said to Jaylen Brown. All right, he only sees Jaylen Brown 2 times a year. Yeah, so you never know what he said to Jaylen Brown for one. 2, Jaylen Brown just said Bronny's not a pro. We don't know if him saying anything about
going all crazy about him
Bron as a father. So once you start talking to man as a father, that's what it was. And he did what any father would do, whether you want to say they were in the right or the wrong, or if they were in the right or wrong, they're going to protect their child. So I do think it's a little drawn though, because like for Bronny, I'm like, yo, Pop, I'm a grown man. Let me talk to him. Like I'm in the league too. But other than that, like I just felt like that was just like father instincts kicking in. I don't even know if he planned to talk to Stephen A. that day.
I don't know. I feel like it was one of them joys where like you,
especially in the middle of a comeback. Like,
you over there.
It wasn't even the end of the game. He was just like, coach was talking.
Right. Like, you know what? I got something to say to you.
He's gonna leave my son out of it. You know what I mean?
I got something to say to you. I just know that I don't got no kids, but my dad would have did the same for me. I just know that. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like we watched a lot of dads in the NBA. Look, Tom Moran just got kicked out the other day for saying something to the ref about how they officiate in the game and how they officiate in John Moran. So, listen, bro, LeVar Ball, we got a lot of examples of dads kind of crashing out, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because y'all talking down on their son, or, they just said something you don't like. Even moms, bro. Kevin Durant mom be calling people analysts or whatever, or tweeting them or whatever, like, yo, keep my son name out y'all mouth. Because KD can't do it. You feel what I'm saying? KD, even though he do. But, well, you started. You got caught doing it. But, yeah, I mean, she be crashing out for her son, too. So, I mean, listen, bro, that's a parent thing. And I feel like that's just something that you do as a parent. And I don't, I just think this just got blown out of proportion, bro. The whole, like, I feel like LeBron in a position to not be a dad. I feel like he can't do regular dad stuff. Like, he can't hype his son up. He can't say nothing positive about his son without everybody being like, oh, you mean, putting him under the microscope like, oh, your dad said you this and your dad. Like, what dad is going to be like, oh, my son trash and he can't play in the NBA? He said, man, he better than some of these scrubs in the NBA, bro, because it's a lot of scrubs in the NBA, bro. It's a lot of not playing defense in the NBA, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of not making open shots in the NBA, bro. It's a lot of that out here right now. All I'm saying is Bronny be hitting open shots. You feel what I'm saying? He be scoring 40 in the G League. All I'm saying.
And also, I want to say the main issue is, it's not the fact that you're talking about Bronny. He's like, yo, he's not exempt. It's just obvious that the reason why you come at him is because of LeBron, which is like, obviously, you're going to talk about anybody who's had a pop in the league and compare them to their pop in any way, even if they're a different position. But, y'all, Alex Sarr is not on ESPN First Take. When I go through my videos, I don't see nothing about that.
Y'all ain't say nothing about this man all season. Come on, let's
I ain't
be
hear
real.
no one say anything about Reed Shepard. You know what I mean? The average person doesn't know the first pick is averaging. You know, it's like, we're not talking about that, but we know what Bronny's stats is, G League and the NBA.
Right, the 55th pick.
We don't know about, we're not talking about Dalton. Only reason why we're talking about Dalton Connects is because he's on the Lakers. Only reason why we're talking about Jared McCain is because he was the best rookie and he had social media influence. So that's the reason why I was talking about him. This was getting y'all money. Let's not act like that's not what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, it's about basketball, and y'all keep the rookie that you've talked about the most is the 55th pick. And you mad that his pop put him on that pedestal, or you think his pop put him on that pedestal? I'll put my son on that pedestal too. If you gonna talk, y'all gonna put him out there like that? Let's get this money.
Let's get this money, bro. So, y'all
Stop hating.
Stop
put
hating,
your son
bro.
on.
It costs nothing to show somebody some
love.
love. Right?
Dappledy.
You wabbly dabbly. You know what I'm saying? All right, Durant. Last one. Durant fires back at Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless says that my man looks mentally tired and he's already semi-retired. And KD comments back, fuck it, bro. We both washed. We might as well both call it, right? Being sarcastic. How you feel about Durant firing back? You feel what I'm saying? Thinking Power Rangers only firing back and all
I don't think that was sarcastic. And I don't think that was... I don't think it's calling himself washed. Like, I guess that would be the sarcastic part.
Right, yeah.
But, like, I don't think he was bidding with Skip Bayless. And I'm not throwing a challenge on that either. Skip Bayless been talking crazy. And none of his peers really going to talk crazy to him because it's not...
Because low-key, he older than all his peers. So,
yeah,
like, low-key, can't nobody say nothing to him.
And he just over there, but, like...
And he over there now. Real right.
You calling for help from like, Michael Irvin and Richard Sherman to get on your pod and everything. Keyshawn Johnson. You just keep getting all these football players to popularize your situation. You can't... No one's tuning in to see what Skip Bayless has to say by himself. Nope. So you is washed. And you calling for Stephen A for some help.
We've seen that.
Y'all about to join forces. Yeah. I don't know if it already happened.
Oh, yeah. We're right.
You lost Shannon. You lost Stephen.
You couldn't get nobody else.
Maybe the talent was all the hopes that you had along the way.
Lost Fox.
Oh.
I mean, Fox lost you. Fox is going crazy.
They skipped you.
They skipped you.
But yeah, no, I don't. You've been talking crazy, and then we know this is what KD is. It's funny too. Like a lot of people would say like, "Oh, you got enough time to tweet." I remember I followed KD because it'd be the bid, and I found this myself. I was just scrolling, and Bo was like, "Yeah, man, you got plenty of time. Like just like you shouldn't be hooping. You over here responding to me." He said, "I'm chilling. I got my fork, smashing my eggs, coffee, scrolling on my phone." I'm like, "Yeah, he is a human being. Like he do got time to get on his phone while he eating breakfast or he chilling with his family. Why not?" So yeah, he had time, and he
had time today.
He a championship winner, so why not?
Time,
he got a ring. He got the MVP. I feel like you can talk all you want.
Hey, Skip, you are the reason I started this show. I hated every single take you had, so I decided to talk about it.
And you be all rocking with the Cowboys.
We don't like the Cowboys here.
Don't like the Cowboys
at all.
They ain't been doing nothing either.
And you don't like LeBron James.
Yeah.
You just be lying sometimes.
I ain't gonna lie. The past year though, he been. You see, you trying to sneak in a little.
Cause
it's nicer about it.
Cause it's too late. He cooked. Yeah. He cooked. The formula not working no more. He like, man, maybe I gotta show some love. Because it's not working no more.
You got to rebrand.
He trying.
Like no, you're not trying hard enough. Like if I seen like Skip Bayless cooks, I might tune in. Like especially if you like talking the same way you do on TV. I told her to take the cow. I told her to take the chicken out. I could use that. You could just rebrand a little bit, make a YouTube channel, just start going.
Cook with Selena Gomez. She got a cooking channel.
Yeah, Skip at Night or something.
Yeah, Skip at Night. Yeah, something, bro, because you done with this sports analyst stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Skipping dip.
Skipping dip. You feel what I'm saying?
This is free, bro.
Late night. You feel?
It's free.
Just get off the airwaves. That's what we need. Just get off the airwaves.
What the boy say on the sway joint? It's like, get that off the airwaves. Get that off the airwaves. Let me call in.
Real rap. We might have to call in, bro. Colin Cowherd got your spot down, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. OG got your spot down. But other than that, bro, we pretty much had everything we got to talk about.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for kicking it with us, bro. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. If you already subscribed, hit that bell.
Jello got a new single out. Check it out.
Check out Jello's single, bro. That joint all right, bro. It ain't as good as the first one, but it's all right, bro.
Jeez.
Listen, we about to get an album, a little mixtape.
Real right.
Ain't Sexy Red on that joint?
No, Gorilla on there.
Gorilla on that joint.
Yeah.
Gorilla on that joint. My fault. My fault. You know, one of them. You feel what I'm saying? Other than that, y'all, watch basketball.
Please say that.
Yeah, show them how we do it. You already know that money talk real fluent. We don't gotta prove it, got these niggas looking clueless. I got JC on the beat and I got him going stupid. I say, ooh, yeah, show them how we do it. You already know that money talk real fluent. We don't gotta prove it, got these niggas looking clueless. I got JC on the beat and I got him going stupid. I said, ooh, damn, it's the flow for me. Man, I'm burning up the booth, it's like 100 degrees. Man, I'm like 100.